Emma, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
I was watching this movie last night, and I was watching these two women sort of compete for the favoritism of someone in power. And I was wondering if there's any similarities between the court and Hollywood. Was there ever a moment on set where you look around and go like, I've seen this kind of competition before?
Not to this extent. Rachel Weisz talks about it, and I think she's right. She's like, these stakes are incredibly high. A country hangs in the balance. So, those are pretty huge stakes.
I have met some actors, though, that would say that they're about the same level of importance, a country and whether or not they get a part in a movie.
Yeah, but that just means those people are insane.
This is true.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
So that's their own stuff.
One of the great signs of a movie like this is that when it was over, a lot of us actually got together at the bar and had dinner and just we all sort of talked about our interpretations of what certain moments make. Because it's not a movie that really throws everything out there to you.
Right, yeah.
When you're an actor in the movie, are you left to your own interpretations, or do you have the right to go to Yorgos, slam the script down, and go, I need to know what this means?
Oh, God, no. You should not be working with Yorgos if you need that. He's not an explainer. I mean, I think that's also why his movies don't really explain. They ask more questions than answer them. So I think that's one of the great things about working with him, because it's a really fun part of the job when you get to figure out what is making your character tick kind of on your own, and really get to search for what's making other people tick instead of like spelling it all out, having a rehearsal where it's like, and here I'll say it like this, and then you'll say it like that.
Right.
It's very, it's kind of a mysterious, fun process.
I love the structure of the movie because I love that it's divided into these really cool chapters. And the title card is great, and they each have their own individual title, which is great.
Yeah.
If your life were divided up into chapters, what would be the title of the chapter you're in right now?
30.
just chapter 30.
I just turned 30 like a couple days ago, so it feels
Happy
very.
birthday.
Thank you. It feels very like it sort of sits on you for a second.
And you're doing pretty well. Things have worked out pretty well for you.
It's been okay, yeah, for sure. But I definitely it does feel like a whole new. I mean, it is a whole new decade, so you just do think about the things in a new way.
I turned 30 earlier this year, and there's that moment where it's just
Did you feel the same?
Yeah, a little bit. But also this degree of like things that I did, like, oh, that was in my 20s. I used to be able to like eat fast food.
I know.
And now I can't anymore.
God, I felt like I woke up on my 30th birthday, and I was like, I can't do so much of this anymore. Yeah, no.
And my friends are like, oh, we're going to meet up at 11. I'm like, at night?
What?
What?
Are you insane?
My God, who are you?
They're all in their 20s.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, those people in their 20s now.
It was so long ago for us.
And that's my thing, is I get like sort of like elitist now. You don't understand. Now, when you get to your 30s, you'll know.
The year you turn 30 is officially.
You'll know what it means. I talk to my parents. I'm like, I
30s.
understand what you went through now. It's amazing. You guys did such an amazing job with the historical period of this film. It's fantastic. I'm curious, whenever you're sort of submerging yourself and you're 100% in, what is an aspect of that era where you go, yep, can't do that? And what's an aspect that you would go, actually, that's not too bad?
Like, if I had to live in that time period, what I absolutely would not want to do, I would not want to wear a corset. I would not want to wear a corset. And I also wouldn't want to poop in the street.
That's really, that's pretty much blanket any time period.
Who wants to poop in the street? Not me. Anyway, so that, and then what could I get down with? I mean, it's very beautiful, like the living in it's also a very specific life that she's living in the palace. So living in a palace could be fun. Hanging out with rabbits would be nice. I don't think I would want to live in that time period.
I like you in the time period you're in right now.
Yeah. I don't have to poop in the street.
That is the first time anyone's ever said that. I've done this for 12 years. At no point has that sentence ever been muttered. I like you, Emma Stone. You're my favorite person.
I like you. You're mine.
Always good to see you. Rachel, good to see you again.
Nice to see you again.
I'm sort of curious. I was watching this movie, and there were moments where I got like an All About Eve sort of feel, and there were moments where I got sort of a Mean Girls feel, and it sort of reminded me that like, no matter what period you're in, or what the costumes are, or really the time that change, there are certain emotions that remain constant. As an actor, is that something you've discovered when you're in different time periods? Emotions stay the same.
I would agree with you. Yeah, human beings are human beings. If they're in the past, the present, or the future, we're looking for love. We're looking for a better job. We're looking for friendship. We're looking for sex.
Yes.
We're looking for all those things. So it's it's the human condition is the human condition.
Yes, which also helps you sort of relate to people that maybe lived a couple of hundred years ago, because it's like I've been jealous before too, and even though we wore different clothes and lived in different time periods. there is that through line which connects us.
I agree, and I think this film is, even though it's set in 1708, it's not a kind of dusty museum piece. I think the characters do feel as accessible as the Mean Girls did a few years ago. They're real women of flesh and blood with real vulnerabilities and real desires and real seekers of power and bitchiness and kindness and vulnerability and sadism and cruel. They're everything. They're humans.
For sure. Whenever I try to be quiet when I'm watching movies. I don't want to disturb people. But during the movie last night, I found myself audibly going, "Oh my God, oh my God!" And I don't often ask people their reactions when reading a script because I picture you just sort of turning the page. But did you have any kind of audible, out loud reaction? Did you bring the script over to anyone and say, you've got to read this portion? I mean, what was your reaction to a script like this?
It was just riveting to read, and sadly, scripts like that don't come along that often with not one, not two, but three tremendous female leads. So, yeah, I was just riveted.
To your point about how scripts like this don't come along that often, I mean, but you're right, they don't. But then when we get a movie like this, it makes you want to go why not? Because then you get a movie like this. Why doesn't something like this happen more often?
And when you say this, do you mean the fact that there are women in the leading roles?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, why doesn't it happen more often? I don't know the answer to that, but hopefully people will be writing more stories from the female perspective. It's not as if we're an endangered species. We're half planet Earth. So, but you mentioned All About Eve. I think in the Hollywood Golden Age, women were always driving films. Betty Davis, Katharine Hepburn, Barbara Stanwyck. It seems to be recently things went a bit pear-shaped. Do you say pear-shaped in America?
No.
Oh, okay. Things pear-shaped. It means things went a bit off kilter.
I'm going to start using that.
Yeah,
I'm going to bring that to the States.
Okay.
Fantastic. I love you. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for always making amazing movies.
All right.
Always worth talking about. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a great